I was looking at Kyle Shanahan's record, and you also brought up Kyle Shanahan's record, as you call him, 31-36. His regular season record is 29-35. His
That's right.
postseason record is 2-1, and
That's
like
right.
you said, his career record is 31-36.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at the record, that coach shouldn't have still been on the team with that type of record. And there's another
Mostly,
coach.
usually not. Yeah,
Yeah,
usually not.
and usually a coach isn't on that team if he has that record, because that's a horrible record, and they
Four
made the
years
playoffs
in.
one time. Yeah, that's not a
Yeah.
pretty good record. So I looked up at another player who had the same record, who had a better record than Kyle Shanahan, and he's fired this season.
Hmm.
His name is Doug
Who?
Peterson.
Ooh, see, that's a, and he
Doug
won the Super Bowl when
and
he went
he
there.
won
Yeah.
the Super Bowl. That's what I'm trying
Yeah.
to say. Like, I'm not saying bring in Doug Peterson. I'm not
Right.
saying Doug Peterson's a better head coach than Kyle Shanahan, because I know people are
Right.
gonna attack me in the comments. But Doug Peterson's record is 42-37. He
Yes.
won a Super Bowl with the Eagles, and he's not on the team anymore.
Right.
So
Well, you're just
I
saying
don't.
that is the normal bar for a head
Yeah,
coach. And what Niner fans need to realize is that Kyle Shanahan is a little bit being graded on a curve here because we believe in him, we like him, and we know who his dad is. I mean, his dad was great, won 2 Super Bowls, and we figure Kyle could do it too. Honestly, he should have won them already. He had his 2 Super Bowls. He had his rings in on his fingers, and somehow they slipped off.
like, I get if he won a Super Bowl, but he did it, and Doug Peterson did win a Super Bowl,
Yeah.
and he was only 2 years removed from winning the Super Bowl, and he also had a winning season. And last year he didn't, but the year before that he did. So I don't get why Doug Peterson got fired and Kyle Shanahan isn't fired yet. And I'm not saying fire Kyle Shanahan, but
Right.
there's something wrong with that where Kyle Shanahan has a losing record and he didn't even win us a Super Bowl and he's fired. And on the other hand, Doug Peterson has a winning record. He won his team the Super Bowl, and the team with Nick Foles by the other way. He won with Nick Foles. Kyle Shanahan can't win with Nick Mullins under center. He can't. He can't
Correct
win
me if
with
I'm
Nick
wrong.
Mullins.
Peterson started in 16, right?
Peterson started in 16. Yeah.
So he started a year before. And what happened in his last year with the Eagles? He brought in a second quarterback.
Yeah.
There was a quarterback controversy. It split the locker room, and he got fired. Now, Kyle Shanahan is in a very similar situation with Carson Wentz, Jalen Hurts. Now you got Jimmy Garoppolo, Trey Lance. How are you going to handle this situation? And I don't think this season ends up with Kyle Shanahan getting fired, but you just don't know how Jed York's going to react if the team happened to go 4-13 because of whatever injuries. You just don't know. And I think the thing to remember is you don't have to be so married to Kyle. You don't have to be so loyal to Kyle. No one's loyal to these coaches. Coaches are replaceable. If Kyle just isn't a winner as a head coach and you want to look for a new guy, there are guys available. Like, what about Eric Bieniemy on the Chiefs? Yep. I mean, what's wrong with him? He comes from a very good coaching tree. He's developed Patrick Mahomes. Why would you not be interested in him? Or Brian Daboll in Buffalo? It seems like there are options out there. I mean, Kyle Shanahan has another chance and he has promise, but there are other people with promise too if he can't get the job done.
Yep, and I looked at the comments. People said, "Oh, the Niners had all these injuries and stuff like that." Yeah, they did. But Doug Peterson, who was the starting quarterback when they won the Super Bowl? Nick Foles.
Right.
Where was Nick Foles all his life? He wasn't a starting quarterback. He was never a starting quarterback. So where was Nick Foles? And that team was in a dumpster fire that year, and they were losing. And at the end of the season with Nick Foles, they picked it up and they won the Super Bowl. They beat the Patriots, who were on a streak of winning Super Bowls. They made the Super Bowl for like the past 5 years, and also the year before that, they came back 28-3, and they won that Super Bowl.
And again, you're not saying fire Kyle. You're saying it's fair to give him some actual expectations.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of Niner fans are like, dude, he's a good quarterback no matter what. He's a good coach no matter what happens. And if there's a bad record, I have an excuse ready for it. It's not his fault. Nah, man. You're not just a good coach or a bad coach. You are what your record says you are. And if he can't have a winning season this year, then he is Mr. 4 losing seasons in 5 years. And you might want to give someone else a chance. Because I guarantee you when the Niners hired him in 2017, they never thought 4 of his first 5 years would be losing seasons. I don't think this year's going to be a losing season. I think he's going to have a good year.
I don't think so either.
But there's some expectations here.
There's some expectations for Kyle Shanahan because what Kyle Shanahan has done so far, even with all those injuries, it really doesn't matter because if guys like Doug Peterson are getting fired and they have winning seasons, then we have to hold
and rings, freaking rings.
They have a ring.
Yeah,
and he brought the first ring to Philadelphia.
That's right.
If Kyle Shanahan can't hold up to expectations, can't have a winning season with the record that he has right now, most coaches aren't still on the team if they have the record that Kyle Shanahan has. They're just
What
not.
you're saying is, really, if he were anywhere else, if his name was anything else, if he had a different dad, if he was on a different team, he would be on the proverbial hot seat right now. And he would, in the sense that he would have, this is a make or break year. I don't think he is, because he got the extension and he seems very buddy with the owner. The person I think who's on the hot seat is the general manager. I think they'll throw him under the bus before they do anything with Kyle, which is interesting, because you'd hate to see Kyle continue to flounder if that's what happens, and guys like Bieniemy and Daboll get scooped up, because they're quite intriguing. So I really think Jed should be very analytical and removed here and judge Kyle Shanahan on his merits, not on his name, not on his face, because he's very promising. But what is his results, and why does he deserve more belief and faith than a guy like Doug Peterson?
Doug Peterson's not a better head coach, right? But the record, and he has that win, and he won the Super Bowl. That's all.
Doug Peterson, it all fell apart for him in year 5.
Yeah.
With 2 quarterbacks on the team. Kyle, be careful.
Yeah.
Be careful. Yeah.
Kyle Shanahan,
great call,
you gotta have a winning season.
Gotta have a winning
season. If it was any other coach and he didn't have Kyle Shanahan's name, he would be out of there so fast. He would have been out of there in year 3. He would have been.
If his name was Matt Nagy.
Yep.
If his name was Eric Bieniemy. If Eric Bieniemy came to the 49ers and had this type of a resume, he'd be gone.
He'd be gone.
So Kyle, understand what a precarious position you're in, how privileged you are to still be this coach, and go knock it out of the park like we all think you can.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Amin. Great call.
See ya, man. I'm gonna go back to sleep.
Yeah, you're good at early in the morning, man. That was clear-headed and strong. Good stuff, dude.